And welcome back. Hello, hello. And, oh, Reese. I didn't expect to see you again. Quick note. As you may know, I redid the last case and solved it this time. And then I redid all the things I did for this case, like I did the same thing, and then stopped where we left off. Just so you know that I continued from the time where I solved the case and not have it unsolved. A little bit of cheating, but I don't care. It doesn't really affect this case, so we can just continue. So let's see. Reese. Reese Kenward steps gingerly down the stairs and has a seat on a stool opposite of you. They stare at you in silence, waiting for you to greet them. Good evening, Reese. Is it indeed? A good evening, I mean. What I read in the papers this morning would lead me to believe otherwise. You heard about Vincent? Naturally, and so I am here. I don't imagine my presence is much of a balm in your time of trial and torment, but your establishment did provide me great solace in my time of need. Coming to visit seemed like the right thing to do. Thank you, Reese, that's kind. I won't deny it is usually my color of choice. Okay, but in this case I hope I won't have to dress in black anytime soon. My wish go out to Mr. Florada. Now, I will admit I did not merely come here tonight to express my sympathies, else I could have probably written you a thoughtful card instead. Perhaps with some kitschy illustration of a baby animal on it. Cute. Being once again employed has not made my days any less busy. Far from it, in fact. I have a long week ahead, and I would rather not get it alone or sober. I mean, you have Killian, right? Seems a drink is in order then. I concur. Any preference? I see my usual favorite is off the menu. So I have that drink Killian told me to try. He knows what I like. It's dark and sweet, with a hint of bitterness and zest. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, but we'll see. Dark and bitter? With a little bit of zest. I have no idea what you liked before. I can look it up, actually. Reese. Where are you? What did they like? Mint punch. Mint punch. Alright. Right, so it could be, I have no idea, Eastern Ruby. No, that's not really dark though. It could be this one. Oh, white rum, okay. Maybe not. Isn't there dark rum anywhere? Let's see, what can I give that sounds nice? I forgot again what you wanted. Dark, bitter. Not this one. And, well, I mean, the copper bullet could be one. I could actually also look what Killian likes and then just go from there. Liberty. Yeah, do we have that one? Yes, we do. So, let's go with that. Since they have the same taste. Killian and Reese. A weird pair. Impeccable. You have truly mastered your craft, bartender. It's been a pleasure seeing you again, bartender. I do hope this unfortunate situation won't attract undue attention from law enforcement. Times like these, one needs a place like this to take one's mind off things. Now, I will leave you and enjoy my evening, but rest assured, I will return. What? You're just going to leave? Oh! Maria! Maria Popper hurries over to the bar as soon as she steps into the nightcap, a newspaper tucked under her arm. Despite the worried look on her face, Maria looks healthier than the last you saw her. She even has a slight tan, indicating she spent much time much needed time outdoors. I don't see the tan anywhere, but okay. Good evening, Maria. Hey again, bartender. Are you alright? I'm alright, all things considered. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry I didn't come sooner. I'd been out of the country for a while. I just saw this. Maria unfolds a newspaper. Vincent's face stares back at you from the front page. Beloved Bukovi bookseller brutalized on Boulevard. On Monday evening around 10:30 p.m., 57-year-old Vincent Florida, a lifetime resident of Bukovi and beloved member of the community, was brutally attacked just outside of his bookstore, Libreria, on the Bukovi Boulevard. Mr. Florida was found by a passenger on the Circle Line and brought to the Royal Hospital in critical condition. In a statement to the press, Detective Hugo Mertens of the Bukovi Police Department, who's leading the case, confirmed that the attack has been a stabbing, but that no suspect had been apprehended thus far. The news of Florida's attack sent ripples through the local community, where he was known for his philanthropy as much as for his bookstore, which has been a cornerstone of the boulevard for many decades. Although Mr. Florida's condition is now stable, it remains unclear whether or not he will make a full recovery, considering his age and the severity of the blood loss. The police urges people to come forward with any information regarding the crime. I couldn't believe my eyes. I came here as soon as I was able to. Is this really all true? I am afraid so. Goodness, who would do such a thing to poor Vincent? I really hope you and the detective find whoever did it. I'm doing my best. I've no doubt about that. I know he's your friend. I think I'll go and visit him in the hospital tomorrow. I don't have much to do during the day anyway. You don't have to work? Oh no. There was a fire at the tailor shop I work at. Again. A really big one this time. Safe to say, I'm looking for other prospects. I won't bore you with the details. I still have a suitcase to unpack at home, so I should get going. But I'll be back. Coming here for a drink from time to time will do me good. Good night, bartender. Good night. Well, they just drop by and then leave right away. So Ilya, we need to ask Ilya, but listen to this conversation first. Oh, really? I'm not quite as incognito as I thought, and I assume I had fallen into obscurity after my retirement. My apologies, Miss Ernest. I realize a speakeasy is not the kind of place where you want to be recognized. If it helps, I certainly didn't realize it was you the first time I saw you. But I've been a big fan of your work since reading about the theft of the Connu Noir diamonds in the papers when I was little. Naturally, I was a bit starstruck. Ah, yes. Certainly one of my more high-profile cases. The article came with a rather flattering photo of me as well, if I remember. It's no trouble at all. I'm glad to be recognized for something as worthy as that, rather than my more recent banal cases with wandering husbands and such. Of course, you're one of the greatest private eyes Bukovi has ever known. Truth be told, I only disturbed your evening because I know about the work you did before that with the police. I'd hate for a poor bartender to get in trouble with the law. Especially with what just happened to Mr. Florida just outside. Ah yes, of course. Don't you worry, dear. You have nothing to fear from me. I'm rather fond of our bartender too. Vincent is a dear friend, so I'm very much invested in seeing the situation resolved. I won't rest till he is vindicated. I'm sure we'll get sorted if you're on the case, Miss Ernest. Let me know if I can help. That's sweet of you to say, dear. And kind of suspicious. You seem quite protective of the bartender. Are you friends? Oh, I'm not sure, but I care about them. I could tell they were still a little wet behind the ears when I first came here, so I showed them some tips and tricks from my days as a bartender. Most of those I had to learn the hard way myself. It's nice to pass on some of my knowledge. I have no kids to teach. Can barely afford to feed my cat. Our bartender has many mentors, but I think we can all learn a thing or two from how they talk to people, how they listen, and how they read between the lines. Ah, you're right. I have managed to talk the way out of trouble more than once. Indeed. But remember, Sandra, the best stories always start with trouble. Okay. Next one? No. Ilya. Evening. Alright. Do you have feelings for me? What the heck? Not yet. Okay, let me get this straight. Do you know anything about Hugo's letter? Ilya observes the envelope and its contents closely, running her fingers over the texture of the paper. Her eyes narrow as she examines the loops and curls of the handwriting. Do you recognize the paper? You know who wrote this? Huh? Oh no, not at all, sorry. But this is what detectives always do when they're examining evidence in the novels I read. So I figured I'd give it a try and see if something comes to me. And did something come to you? Yes, as a matter of fact, it did. I should go. What? Hold on, there's still things I want to ask you. Let me get you a drink. Poisoned drop. Your favorite. Just ask the last 2 questions and then I guess she'll tell us next time what she found out. What do you do to take your mind off things, Ilya? Huh, not enough it seems. Turns out my usual pastimes can only soothe me so much in a crisis like this. Even the books upstairs can't distract me from my worries. What are your usual pastimes? Oh, nothing very adventurous. I play the clarinet, I enjoy walks in the park, I go swimming on Saturday mornings. Mostly I just enjoy reading. I'm never as happy as when I'm learning something new, diving into a whole new world I don't understand, yet. What about you? What is your favorite pastime, besides mixing cocktails and breaking the law? I only enjoy mixing cocktails and breaking the law, sorry. I enjoy reading, I like music. I enjoy creative hobbies, I like games, I enjoy active hobbies, I enjoy cooking, I enjoy gardening. I enjoy movies. No. Well, I mean, games is the obvious one, but creative hobbies is also one. And I do like music, but I mean, that's not really a hobby if you are not creating music yourself. I just like listening to music. Reading, I mean, I'm reading this, and this is quite the visual novel, you know? It's almost the same as reading. I enjoy creative hobbies. Yes, I can see that. You seem the type. I'm sure I find something to ease my mind, but until then, a nice cocktail certainly helps. I keep them coming. Is there anything else? The mugging and the street sweeper. Well, let's just ask. We have the actions. The colorful clientele you meet here certainly comes in handy. Makes sense when you think about it. I don't imagine the owner of the pawn shop would lie to the police to protect a petty thief. Too bad it doesn't tell us much more. Seems we're back to square one. We'll find something. I mean, you'll find something, you know. Sounds credible to me. Vincent didn't exactly hide his wealth. He said it was a point of pride. If only we knew whether any of his possessions were stolen. The police haven't shared anything with me. Information should not be withheld like this. Alright, go, and see what you found out. Hello, Sandra Fischer. Good evening, bartender. Evening, Sandra. This streets feel strangely quiet lately. I just hope it's not the silence before the storm. I think I'll stick around for a while. You will? Do you know Vincent? Of course I do. I've lived in Bukovi my whole life. I've bought my books at the library since I was a little girl. I always loved coming here and browsing the shelves, smelling the pages on the old books. My mother let me come and pick out a book for my birthday every year before she got sick. I always looked forward to it. By the time I was a teenager, I'd often go there and nestle away in a corner in the back, behind a shelf of encyclopedias where I'd read the reference books. Looking back, I obviously wasn't as stealthy as I thought. Vincent must have known all along, but he decided not to say anything. Maybe he didn't want to interrupt me. There's a mix of sadness and nostalgia in her eyes, seemingly lost in the memories. But then she collects herself and the spell is broken. I'm sorry about what happened to him. These streets feel strangely quiet lately, so I just... okay, it's the same. Let's get you your drink. Maybe she knows something. Your favorite? Let's ask her about the case before I question her further on whatever is on her mind. Let's see. Let's see. What do you know about keys? That sounds dangerous. I hope you're being careful. That's it? What do you know about the crime? Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm just a customer. Why are you asking me about this? You do this to all your patrons? Well, yes, actually. Interesting. You've got a funny way of making conversation. And I didn't find out anything. Maybe I can Google her. Oh, no, I don't want to search for Peter. Okay, let's log off and I guess the day is over. Maybe Ilya will come back. Oh, there she is. Yes. As you're sweeping the floors and giving the bathtub a last wipe, Ilya reappears at the top of the stairs. She walks up to you excitedly, brandishing a small envelope. You found something? I have. I had a theory, so I decided to test it, and it seems I was correct. As you open the letter, your eye immediately falls on the eerily familiar handwriting. Soon you will get what's coming to you, and you have deserved every second of it. Get your affairs in order. The same? Where did you find this, Ilya? On the desk in Vincent's office. When I first entered the store after the attack, I noticed there was already a pile of letters under the mail slot. Vincent kept a tray for unread correspondence, so I figured I could tidy that a little. Quickly sorted through them before I filed them away, collecting the cards and well-wishes and ensuring important matters were handled, including some bills from your suppliers, let's say. So Vincent got one of these as well. It seems so, although considering it was unopened, I don't think he actually read it before. Well, you know. For a man who receives that much mail, he could use a filing system. Threats on your life really ought to be on top of the pile. Well, agreed. I hope this will help you complete more of the puzzle, bartender. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But it's a clue. Let's see. Hugo's letter, second letter, and a key thief. Regards the culprit. Both Hugo's home and Libraria received threatening letters. Is there something that links Hugo and Vincent together? I have no idea. None of Vincent's money or possessions were stolen except his ring of keys. So Hugo still has his keys. What? I can't connect them? Alright. Just in case. Alright. And these also don't connect, yeah. That was obvious. Well, I just continue on and asked our patrons about all the stuff. For example, Hugo, if he's here. You step into the nightcap, ready to begin preparing the bar for the evening before any customers arrive. Uh-oh. Just as you're about to start slicing fruit, something draws your attention. A glint. What? A small ornate cigarette box sits in front of you on the bar, right in the middle. Could swear this wasn't there when you closed up the shop the night before. Uh-oh. The keys. And yet it sits there all the same, defiantly. The case feels cool to the touch as you pick it up and trace the ornate floral details with your fingertips. You're certain you've never seen this before. So who left it here? The one with the keys, of course. Oh shit. Well, well, well. Father Lacey is here. Let's ask Eleanor first. Oh, we also have one more question. What was the most exciting case you've worked on? If we're talking excitement, I think nothing could top the time I retrieved some particularly valuable blueprints for a Tsaran weapons manufacturer. Wait. Didn't she tell us that already on a train? I could tell right away we were dealing with a professional. The theft was a beautiful piece of work. This was a genius, but thankfully so am I. Yeah. We heard this already. Why though have I not activated it? So what's next for you, Eleanor? My plans for the future. I am glad you don't consider me too old to still be having plans. Well, I'm only pulling your leg, dear. Well, we actually also talked about this already. Right? I'm still remembering this. I don't know what I answered though. Maybe I become an investigator. Really no, it warms my heart to see the circumstances of your recruitment haven't sold you on the idea. Bukovi needs more people like you keeping its streets safe. I think we already did that. Alright, cigarette case. There's no chance this was a mere forgotten trinket. It's a sign. I think we both know who it might be from. Our culprit is sending a message. But how did they access the nightcap without your presence? If you have any evidence that the culprit could have been capable of that, it's time to put the pieces together. Oh yes. We know. And the letters. Come now, dear. I'm not surprised Hugo couldn't see the obvious, but I figured you could. What do you mean? The envelope doesn't have a name on it. You're only making the assumption that Vincent was the intended recipient because of the attack. But think a little harder. The nightcap doesn't have its own mailbox. Exactly. Seems rather more likely to me that you, Hugo's partner, were the one to draw a killer's ire. Oh. Did you not realize that last investigation would draw unwanted attention? Honestly, dear, if I'd been around at that time, I would have urged you to treat more carefully. Björn needed us. Yes, of course. That sense of justice is exactly why I hold such faith in you both. But it's put you in a fine pickle now, hasn't it? If my theory is correct, the culprit must not know what you actually look like. Or at the very least, they didn't at the time of Vincent's attack. Well, they could have just come by. But it's only a matter of time until they figure it out. Promise me you'll be careful, of course. I promise. The second letter? So Vincent got a letter as well. That's worrisome. Try combining these two, see if we can learn something from it. Well, we already did, you know. Sandra's here again. Do we need her, is the question. What are your plans for the future? Bold of you to assume I have any. You seem a sensible woman to me. Sandra breaks into laughter. It's warm and pleasant, and slightly husky, just like her voice. You don't get the feeling she lets it out very often. For a moment she simply studies your face. There's a twinkle in her eyes when she speaks. Truth be told, I'm a little lost. Maybe I could use some advice from a friendly bartender. Lay it on me. Very well. I currently find myself at crossroads, one where every path will take me away from something I love. But I just can't stay in this limbo of indecision any longer. Oh no, I can't decide for you. I held out hope for a long time that the Prohibition Act would be repealed, that peace would be re-established, and this rationing and overreach would come to an end. That hope is over. Every day it seems more likely that war is on our doorstep. All of this talk about diplomacy was just that. Talk. I'm not getting my old life back anytime soon, or ever. I think it's time to move on. It's time to make a decision about what my future will look like. Do I hold onto my craft, my passion, the bartending skills I've honed for so many years? I don't have your guts. Defying the law. I would have to move abroad. I'd have to leave Covey, my home. Alternatively, I could stay here, but give up the dream and start a new career. No more odd jobs and temporary contracts. And leave my passion behind and make a new life for myself. Quit the conundrum. It is. So what do you say, bartender? What should I do? Follow your passion, of course. I mean, I would go. No decision has to be forever. I would see how far I can take it with your passion. And then she's still young. She can still come back home. And also, since we're at the war right now, wouldn't it be better to leave the country? Stick with your passion and make a new home. I see. It's painful having to uproot yourself, but I suppose a home can be any place you're happy to return to at the end of the day. Thank you for the advice, partner. I appreciate it. Strange as it feels to be on the other side of that conversation for once. Let's get you your drink. She likes us already. But you're still a little bit too mysterious for me. Since everyone is always suspicious, you know? And everyone is always the culprit. Are you seeing anyone? No! I don't want to romance anyone right now. Do you know this cigarette case? That sounds dangerous. I hope you're being careful. That's it? I don't have anything. Wait, let me ask the last question. How did you first get into bartending? Oh, that's an interesting question. I understand your curiosity. It's a strange career path for anyone. Tell me about it. I started slinging drinks in my teens, mainly for money to muck around with my friends. I grew up dirt poor, so if I wanted to drink or go to the pictogrammers, I had to earn the money for it myself. The place was a little rough, a lot of fighting, a lot of leering old men, but I learned a lot, including how to wrangle angry drunks. The barkeep, Anatoly, realized I was more savvy than your average teenager and taught me the ropes. He even let me take over from him from time to time. He could only teach me so much, although he was hardly an artist with a shaker himself, but I managed to save up enough lei to purchase my own copy of Bartender's Guide from Mr. Floade. I figured if I worked hard, I could someday make a career out of it. I'd be surrounded by all this glitz and glamour of mixing fancy cocktails for vapid idiots in tuxedos and opera gloves. It's not all it's cracked up to be. You're right. You started at Rundown Heights, didn't you? Sorry, Hotel Jubilee. I imagine it was more wine, champagne and orange juice than actual cocktails? Yeah, the tips were terrible too. Well, I suppose the grass is always greener on the other side. By the time Prohibition hit, I was doing the same thing you are now. My own place, my own rules. I miss it. But seeing you behind that bar does a lot to ease the pain. Always welcome, Sandra. Okay, one more last question. Well, I'll just ask about the letters then. That sounds dangerous? Yeah, of course. I'm careful. I'm always careful. Let's go with Peter. Evening, love. Ew. Good evening, Peter. Did you know the letter was meant for me? Did you know that letter was meant for me? Huh. What? What are you talking about? You warned me well before Ilya found that threat. Oh, Dad. That was just general advice. Curiosity killed the cat, you know? You're nothing if not noisy. I'm not buying it. You know something, don't you? Damn it, Scrat, don't make me regret looking out for you. That may as well have been a yes, but Peter seems unwilling to tell you more. Alcohol might lower his guard. Oh yes. Thank God I asked the question first. So we need a 7 at least. So the night count. Nothing stronger than that. Yep. Whoop. Let me ask that question again after a drink. Alright, again. Peter looks around as if trying to ensure nobody's listening before leaning in conspiratorially. Someone's been following you, watching you, probably for a couple of days now. What makes you say that? I found a pile of cigarettes in the alley behind your apartment, below your window. Someone's been standing there recently. What kind of cigarettes? Here, they're Ilex, a foreign brand. From Rusaka, I think. I don't know, but I've never seen them sold here. Uh-oh. Thanks, Peter. We actually know... exactly. Maybe these kind of cigarettes? Could be a forgotten trinket. But if it isn't, that's a warning if I've ever seen one. Any idea who this might belong to? Does look vaguely familiar. But then I spent a lot of time around smokers. I really couldn't say. Alright, bye. We found out a little bit. Killian. Oh, good evening, partner. Evening, Killian. We can romance Killian. No, you're better off with Reese. So what are you up to these days? Oh, a lot. Probably a bit too much. I've been combining work and classes and I've been submitting some of my work to magazines. Tell me about these submissions. How have class been? What work do you do? That sounds like a lot. Tell me about these submissions. I submitted some of my photos a few weeks back. The magazine turned me down, of course, but I got some interesting feedback. I read it over and over again when I first got a letter. It's quite exciting to have someone in the industry critique my work. I didn't feel discouraged at all, just motivated. Rather used to being critiqued, especially by my parents, but for once these are faults that I feel I can fix. I feel confident I can do better. In a strange way, being told how I can improve has been more exciting than being told my work is fine. I've been combining work and classes, and I've been submitting some of my... oh, that's the same. How have classes been? They've been great. Well, most of them. I don't have much of a knack for the development side of things. I've messed up more than a few good rolls of film. But mostly it's been splendid. I've never knew school could be so interesting. Some of my teachers are real masters, and everything they explain just clicks with me. You found your passion. I'm definitely not the best in my class, but I'm far from the worst. And I can tell I'm getting a little better with every shoot. That alone makes it all worthwhile. Been combining work and classes? Yeah, same. What work do you do? Reese helped me find a job working the ticket booth at a local movie theater. It's not the most exciting job, nor does it pay well, but it means I get to watch pictograms for free and take home as much leftover popcorn as I want. You'd be surprised how many pretty girls go to the cinema without a date these days. Besides that, I've been working with Reese. Their feedback can be harsh, but it means a lot to me every time they ask me to take pictures for them. Even if they're probably just doing it to humor me. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, it's all been rather exhausting, but satisfying as well. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something with my time on Earth, you know? I'm happy for you. Let's get you your drink. I'm curious if he has something to do with the case. Or if he's just there to fill in some conversation. But maybe he knows something about the cigarettes. Could be, right? He moves in those circles. I wouldn't know anything about it, sorry. Not much of a smoker. Oh, okay. Where are you living now? Oh, I'm in a dorm just off my college campus here in the city. A guy I go to class with was looking to share a room to cut costs, which worked out well for me. This is the poorest I've ever been. And you sound happy about it. Never really had to share before, but it's been surprisingly pleasant. My roommate is really, well, hip. There's no other word for it. Adrian's into politics and philosophy and all sorts of arts, not just photography. Very anti-war, a real free-thinking idealist type. The girls all love him, and the guys, come to think of it. He's been teaching me a lot. I felt a little insecure at first about how sheltered my life has been, but he's been great. No idea why Reese dislikes him so much. Oh, I can tell you that. Really, the lack of space has been the only issue with my new living arrangements. Cramped, huh? Adrian has been very accommodating, but you never realize just how much stuff you have until you have to somehow squeeze it all into half of a bedroom. Well, at least your parents allowed you to take your stuff. Why did I ever even buy a clothes press, or a typewriter, or a bird cage? I don't even own a bird. It became a lot easier to sort through it all once I realized how little I really cared about most of it. But it was painful to leave behind my claw-footed tub, chaise lounge, and floor-length mirror. They are sorely missed. Lounge? What a month it has been, yeah. So what are your plans for the future? I haven't really thought about it. I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this kind of life. I'm fighting every day just to make it to the end of the month. Planning further ahead than that, it's hard. But hey, war could break out any day and disrupt everyone's plans, right? So why worry? How optimistic of you, good point. All I can say is I finally found something I like doing, so I want to keep at it. I want to get better. I want to make it work. It's not much of a goal, but it's a place to start. Sure it is. How have things been between you and your parents? I suppose things could be better. We've had our ups and downs over the years, although this is probably the most down they've ever been. My parents have sort of cut me off, you see. Sort of. Let's just say I won't be getting my inheritance anytime soon. Shouldn't they be happy that he went back to school? Even for a subject they don't like. It was what I expected, sadly. I knew they would disapprove of my decision. In a way, it's kind of freeing to have it over with. They don't like you going back to school. Oh, they would be overjoyed if I returned to college to become a banker, or a surgeon, or something. But pursuing a creative hobby, that did not go over well. Mother seemed convinced I've decided to become some good-for-nothing bohemian just to spite her. That it's just another rebellious face. Well, that's not fair, right? Thanks, partner, but it's alright, really. It's not like I've always been the best son, either. I can believe that. Things were fine when I was little, but it became clear I wasn't taking after my parents when I dropped out of medical school. They were angry at first, of course, but it was the disappointment that came after that hurt so much more. I did some stupid things back then, stupid even for me. I stole things, I did things I shouldn't, went places I shouldn't, just being rebellious for the sake of it, I guess. It probably cost me what little trust they still had in me. I just wanted Mother to yell at me for something I did, rather than over something I was. Very honest. Part of me hopes I can make my own success and prove them wrong someday. Is that foolish, you think? No, not at all. You should make them swallow their words. Oh, I will. Just you watch. Thank you, partner. I'm glad you have my back. Of course I have. We went through everything together. Goodness, even when I'm no longer living with my mother, I can still hear her yelling at me to go to bed. Should probably listen. Chat soon, partner. Bye-bye. Alright. Wait, did I find something out for Elena? Well, this one. Yeah, let's ask Elena about that. Wait, no. Actually, she found it out for us. I'm stupid. I thought Peter was the one, but no, he found out about the cigarettes. Father Lacey! Father Lacey steps into the room and takes a deep breath. Eyes closed before he gathers himself and walks up to the bar. Hey, John! Good evening, partner. I've come to offer my condolences for poor Vincent. How is he? We still don't know. He's got a big heart, and a goddess shows favor to those who care for their community. He has done a lot for Bukovi and all of us. I shall pray for him. Thanks, John, so will I. Very good. At the end of the day, it's all we can do. Time for a drink, then. Lacey's posture stiffens. Oh, you don't want a drink? Watch him think for a while before finally speaking up. No, thank you. I think I'll pass tonight. I'm finally starting to feel the benefits of drinking less often, rather than just trembling into headaches. I'm even getting used to the flavor of juices and teas, and a reduced nausea the following morning is a definite boon. Oh, good for you. You're actually quitting. A peculiar question for a bartender to ask. Who benefits more from my drinking than you? I have bills to pay. Ask before I care about you, John. Yes, of course. Forgive me if I'm a little snippy. I realize your question comes from concern rather than intrusiveness. My temper has been somewhat shorter, but overall my clarity and focus has thankfully improved. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate your support. How tiresome it is that good advice is always so frightfully dull and obvious. I stopped parting of the depressant and I became less depressed. Somewhat. What made you cut back? It was Feng Bai's. Bang Fai? What the heck? Feng Bai's doing. She inquired after my well-being with such genuine and pure concern that it could not help but be moved by her kindness. She said it simply and plainly. Said what? John, you drink too much. That's very blunt. Yes, it was what I needed to hear, but it was not all she said. She also told me I had to be kinder to myself. She said I have to extend the same grace to myself that I do to my congregation. Will you? I'm trying. In my head, I can hear Father telling me how weak I must seem right now. I used to make the that voice recede by drowning it out with wine. And now? Now I just remember he was an old fool with not a single friend as decent as Miss Bai, or Vincent, or Olivia even. And he was a terrible choir conductor. Meanwhile, I am passable. You have a choir? Of course. Every congregation should have one. Our attendance was poor until Feng offered us the tea terrace as a practice space. Turns out that if you invite singers to a warm place without draughts or rats, and which is complimentary tea, they are all far more willing to set the time aside to praise the goddess, with their well-lubricated voices. Other than a choir, what have you been up to? Well, after that ordeal with the murderer at the confession, I was shaking up, of course. So, I did my best to help Björn. I did break my vows by breaking the seal of confession for you, even if it was for a good cause. My congregation encouraged me to seek guidance, so I took a brief trip back to visit Proctor Haraldson at the Northern Priory for spiritual guidance. Who is he? He offers realignment for priests who feel their connection with the goddess has faltered. His role is pastoral for priests, but also disciplinary if need be. And for you? He said I had no atonement to make. I remember his words well. What were they? You were frightened, John. You did what you had to. That's fair. Yes, well, he was much less hard on me than I am on myself, and the proctor has invited me to return to him once a month for further guidance and support. I plan to take him up on that. With the support of my friends, I'm trying to be kinder to myself. And some days I succeed. Good. It has been a struggle, but I've had a lot of support from friends, including, well, you. Glad I could help. This has been diverting. Conversing with the clearer head is a pleasant experience. I don't think I will see you here often, but I hope you will come to church or at least speak with me when we pass on the street. You've done good things for this community. I will not forget that. Good luck both with your business here and with your future plans. Thank you, John. Is he leaving? Oh. Okay. I guess that was the last farewell. Until he will be murdered or something. Let's end the day and connect some dots. We have some new stuff. In danger. And the cigarette case. Of course, connect this one. The culprit's gift. The cigarette case must have been left by the culprit, who has access to the bar after stealing Vincent's keys. Should this mean something to me? Should this mean something to me? And then with the... No? Then this one? Ah. No? Why is this not connecting? So the secret case is the culprit's gift, of course, because he stole the keys. And then it's also connected to the letter. But I tried that one and it doesn't work. So why a secret case is the question. And the one who's smoking has been watching us. We know that, even though we didn't get a clue. I don't know why. From Peter. This one are both the letters. There's nothing that links them together but Earth. I guess that's it for now. We have to ask around for the secret case. And that's it. Well, alright. I will end it here and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.